Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Plague Inc. Evolved custom scenarios. What do we got on the agenda today? Well, actually this is exactly the one I was looking for. Alright, The Great Purge by Lord Malthus. A new microbe has landed on a comet sent from a far-off world. This microbe is the culmination of decades of research by a species named the Drazi. Curious about the effects of their new toy, the Drazi have sent it out on countless rocks, soaring through space, waiting for it to destroy worlds, because the Drazi are sadistic little bastards. That's what's going on there. What's this, by the way? Airports everywhere. Someone just create airports literally everywhere? Huh. Cool. Anyway, yeah, let's just give this one a shot. You never know. It looks like it's a Prion, which we never seem to do, so that's kind of exciting. Play it on normal difficulty. Experiment 6 is what it is called by default. Alright. Scientists have found a small meteor in a secluded part of Argentina. It was quickly whisked off to be examined for mineral content and anomalies. The two main scientists who were studying the mysterious meteor were found dead hours ago. Both men were described as partially liquefied. Ooh. Alright, color me intrigued. Let's see what's involved in experiment number 6. Take a look at the transmissions. We have zoonotic shift, which appears to be just the standard description down here. So more mutation chance, more infectivity, increases future research speed. So that's fun. Symptoms, headache, just reduces cure speed, I imagine. And then abilities. Ooh. Well, no, I was about to say it looks like this is a bunch of new stuff, but no, this is just the same stuff rearranged and removing some of the gating mechanisms. So we got drug resistance, cold resistance, heat resistance, genetic hardening, genetic reshuffle, and symbiosis, which is a special ability of the Prion to help reduce severity and help it go undetected. And this is new, though. Meteor Dust Cloud. A new country is infected with the microbe as dust from its entry spreads to new countries. Okay, that could be kind of helpful as a backup plan in the likely events that Greenland shuts down preemptively. We have bats, we have insects, rodents, saliva, livestock, and bird. Lots of very normal, generic transmission and ability descriptions and so on, just kind of rearranged. And I find that a lot of people tend to do that. They create these scenarios and they just rearrange the stuff that already exists and they try to kind of sell it off as unique. And sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. The important thing is, you know, as somebody who's done Plague Inc. for many years now, I'd like to think that I'm the kind of person who is not easily fooled. I know what's unique and what's custom and takes a lot of effort. And so far, it's just a rearrangement. So, it's like rearranging your furniture and calling it a new house. I mean, not exactly. But I don't know, we'll see. The symptoms tree is where I'm seeing the most potential for something to change. Let's go for headache. Insomnia and sweating. Yeah, maybe not. That might just be a rearrangement as well. We'll see. There's still a lot of room for this scenario to kind of be unique and offer some pretty cool tidbits, you know, develop a story, or just something unique. I'm not asking for much. I just want some creativity. So we'll see what happens here. We have unlocked Confusion, harder to concentrate on more complex work. A lot of cure slowers right off the bat. Kind of surprising there. Could go for Symbiosis, and that greatly reduces severity. The goal of the Prion is to go under the radar for as long as possible, typically. That's how it's designed. Whether it works that way or not, it's another question, especially in Mega Brutal. But for normal difficulty, that's what you're supposed to do. So I'll go ahead and play that game for now. Let's grab a level of drug resistance since we are getting into some wealthy countries. Let's see, Africa, Australia. Alright, we're getting a reasonable spread here. At least getting to a few key locations. So okay, well, Up into Canada, transmission, saliva. I mean, I do love my bats. Those are really good, although Bat 2 is ever so slightly lethal. Never really know if I can trust that or not, but give it a shot. Maybe we should go for some rodents instead. Got Confusion for free, alright, but rodents are good in urban regions, which a lot of the wealthy Western European nations are. Just going to go ahead and grab that, as well as India, as well as China, which both have very large populations. Lots of potential DNA there. Rumors of a mysterious illness in Argentina. They found no evidence of ill health, which is to say, they kinda sorta know that I'm there, but my severity is so low that they haven't actually gotten worried about it. But eventually they will find us. So, just kinda letting you know, you fully infected the country, it's only a matter of time. I'm gonna go for another level of saliva, why not? Now, of course, because this is very zoonotic focused, I would imagine there's a lot of mutation chance in this particular scenario, right? At least that's the implication, I think, that I would certainly take out of this. We probably should go for a level of cold resistance next. Now, because we have very little severity, we're not getting as much DNA out of these red bubbles as we normally would, which is one of the reasons I don't usually like the Prion all that much. They did finally found us. There we go. Yeah, I don't usually go for the Prion because the low severity just means it's a very slow scenario and you don't get as much DNA and it's just not as fun to play. That said, we did just finish off in China rather rapidly there, so that's a lot of extra DNA for us. Let's go ahead and grab birds next, and I think we'll just keep focusing down these trees. Sweating would be pretty good. Can I get Colt 2? No. Colt 2 is behind some sort of gating mechanism. Okay. What's the gating mechanism? Is it meteor dust clouds? I don't think so. So far I'm not seeing any indication what it would be, so we're going to focus on symptoms and maybe it'll open up later. But I would very, very much like to have extra cold resistance, thank you. Aggression. Okay, that looks like the normal one. Hypothalamic tap. Irrational hatred and violence. Fever, also slightly lethal. I'm going to go for the bats. Bats are very effective for the amount of lethality we get. I think it's worth it. First death in China. No. Do you want to go for livestock? Insect 2 is probably better. All right, we're going to go for that. There we go. What are we missing still, by the way? Greenland, definitely. Sweden, and a bit of Western Africa. So Greenland's going to be a bit of a problem if we can't get into a bit of a better spread in Russia. But I do think we need to start worrying a little bit about some lethality. We'll probably continue to spread. Let's go. Well, we did get aggression, whether we like it or not. So then there's delirium. Significantly slows future research speed. Insanity, harder to cure. Schizophrenia can cause fatal fevers. Might be a little bit more lethality than I think I want right now. Still do not have access to cold resistance level 2, though. That's something I really want. I'm kind of surprised that we don't have it. I'm going to go for the livestock so we can spread faster here in Russia. Really try to get a boat over to Greenland. I mean, yeah, I can always spend some DNA using the meteor dust if I have to. You got a fever, okay. I mean, great, I guess, but can we get a little bit more than this? Oh, Russia shut down their port. A little preemptively. Huh, alright, well, we're missing Greenland and Morocco. Well, we're going to have a couple of meteor dusts. And there we go, problem solved. Alright, focusing on some lethality at this point. We have anemia. I'm going to go for the schizophrenia now. Anemia, apraxia. Again, harder to cure. This one really focuses on slowing down the cure here. So, where's the liquefy option, though? At the very beginning, they said, oh, we got suicide. Okay, well, people are now very lethal. At the very beginning of the scenario, they were saying that the scientists were liquefied. Where's my liquefy option? I want to turn people into liquids. It's not there yet. Hemophilia? All right, grab. Blindness? All right. Seizures. No liquefying. Hey, I was promised liquefaction. We definitely need to kill a lot faster, though. That's one of the downsides of the Prion. It does take a long time to react when you evolve certain lethal traits. Going for seizures leads to hemorrhagic shock, nuclear explosion in France. And there's a hemorrhagic shock leading to brain hemorrhage, which will max out our lethality. And they're actually making a surprising amount of cure progress here, so we do need to be careful about that. So where is my cold resistance? Oi! I think I was promised some cold resistance. I'm gonna go ahead and slow down the cure. Those are gated too. Okay, so where's the gating mechanism? It's starting to drive me nuts. I don't think it's a transmission. And in fact, there's a couple of things that are gated here as well. And I don't see how this is gonna lead to something that unlocks more abilities. I just don't see that happening. I mean, you're not gonna tell me I have to evolve all of symbiosis in order to have access to these basic abilities, are you? That would be kind of silly. I'm not sure I could get behind that. Well, I don't know what's going on, but I'm confused. Complete organ failure. Those infected suffer complete organ failure. Their systems fail, starting with cardiovascular system and working downward. Again, no liquefying. I'm confuzzled. I mean, it seems to me that there is no gating mechanism. These are just hidden for no particular reason, and that might be a mistake on the part of the author. It may very well be that it was totally intended to function as normally, but the connection was broken between resistance level 1 and resistance level 2, and so on. That could be. And sometimes that just happens, but I do feel like for a 5-star scenario, that's kind of a silly mistake to make. I mean, let's go for Symbiosis 2? No, didn't do anything. Alright, well, I have no idea. But mostly I'm just kind of surprised that the story is it broke out and killed a couple of scientists and they were partially liquefied, and then there's no follow-up on that. I mean, why create a custom description about that specifically and then not follow up on it? I don't know. All in all, I mean, 1 star, yeah, very slow for a Prion, very, very slow. All in all, it's okay. The scenario is mostly just reskinned. I think there could be a little bit more creativity across the board when it comes to transmission abilities and so on. Symptoms, two very specific paths that have like no interaction with each other. It's okay, but usually there's a reason for it, and this time I'm not sure that there was. But ultimately, the only thing that bothers me about this scenario is the broken gateway mechanism. And don't hide resistances that I need if you're not going to have a clear, concise way of getting to it. I don't know. That personally bugs me. That's just kind of a personal preference thing, but I mean, all in all, it's not a bad scenario. I just don't see anything especially remarkable about it. So yeah, I'll say I could recommend it, but I don't know. For 5 stars, I guess I was kind of expecting a little bit more than that. Maybe something a little bit more alien-themed, something that follows up on the liquefying option. I don't know. I guess I went into it with higher expectations than maybe I should have, and that was my downfall. It's not bad, it's just not amazing. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If so, then be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.